Well, I had an interesting day today. First, I wanted to get these eyelet pliers, and here are some extra eyelets. I think there's 100 here, and there's another 100 in this one. And then when I was in the store, I see Motonet. It's a couple of kilometers away, maybe 1.5. I was thinking that, okay, the recycling center isn't too far away. I might as well walk there next. And then I went there and I got a bunch of zippers. There's these gray ones, there's 7 pieces, so that's good. If I want something that has lots of similar zippers, I have them here. And then there's some green ones and one blue, and then I got this. I don't remember what the term for this is. It's sort of ribbon you put it at the edge of fabric, like in armholes or something like that. I think I know the term, but I don't remember it. I bought this orange one, and there's 2. These are almost 3 meters in each, so 6 meters, maybe 5.5, a little over, because I have that orange fabric, and I was thinking I might use these with that. And with that in mind, I also got this zipper, which it goes well. Not quite the same color, but still it goes well with that. And then this is the €1 bag. So there's a selection of buttons and all sorts of things, and you can fill this small bag. Just pick what you want, and it costs €1. And let's see, there's some random stuff, but there's buttons that will fit also with the orange. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make, but I just noticed these buttons, so I picked all that I could find. And then there are 7 of these buttons. Let's see, this one looks nicer, and can you see that? Okay, I think now you can see there's an anchor. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these, but they look nice. There were several of them. That's always good, because usually you just find 1 or 2 buttons of the same kind. So like here's 1 button of this kind and 1 of this, but if I like them, I'll just pick them, because it doesn't matter. Once I decide to buy this bag, I just as well can fill it all full. There's some buckles, this one, and then this is metal, and 1 stopper. I tried to find more of these, but I couldn't. And this looks nice. So those were from the recycling center. And then while I was there, I started thinking that it's not that far to go to Prisma. That's a supermarket. So I walked there, bought some foodstuffs. Then of course I had to walk all the way back, so that's how I ended up walking 10 kilometers. So my legs are sort of hurting right now. But let's open this. These packages are horrible, but this thing works nicely with plastics. I mean, you can cut metal sheet with these, so plastic has no chance against these. Okay, let's take it from the other direction, so I can get it open. And we'll see how these work. Okay, remove that one. Yes, and then I'm gonna test one of these. There are several colors and I don't want to use ones I'm going to use for actual clothes. So maybe I'll take this bronze color. Okay, I'm sparing you for quite a bit of unsuccessful attempts, and now let's see once again. These pliers are a bit of a problem because they are dull, so it's hard to make holes. And I had jeans fabric for this experiment, and making holes into that fabric was, well, almost impossible. So I got this leather piece, and let's try this one. Okay, there's a hole. It's a lot easier with this. When you hear the snap, you know it's all through. There's a hole, and then just need to get this eyelet there. This is 3mm. Was it? No, 3.5 millimeters. This hole, and these are 4mm eyelets. So the hole, ideally it should be slightly smaller, just to have the eyelets tight in that hole. And then here, this side goes to this side of the eyelet. You put them there in between, and then just press hard. And I have very little strength in my hands, so this isn't exactly easy, but yeah, it's there. Not very pretty, as you can see here. It's cut open, and I don't think you can avoid that. It happens with this sort of eyelets. If you have the kind that has two sides, two parts, one here and one here, and those parts are pressed together, you get a lot neater result, but that requires, well, more expensive tool to attach the eyelet. So this is the cheap way, and cheap usually isn't the best quality, but at least it works. I'm not sure. This is one of the reasons why I always have problems with the 2mm eyelets I use for doll shoes, because something like this, it's gonna scratch whatever is underneath, so probably wouldn't feel very nice against your skin. And if it's in like this, those 2mm eyelets against a doll's foot, especially a resin doll, it's gonna make scratches, and that's not nice. So these are best with the sort of uses where there's something between this and your skin, like well, sort of if it's in a shoe, there's the part of the shoe that goes under the eyelets. It has a name, but once again I can't remember what that would be in English. But anyway, having something between this and your skin is definitely a good idea. But at least these pliers, they work. I probably need a bit more practice. And one thing that's for sure is that you need to have thick fabric or leather or whatever it is you use them in. So here's 2 layers, and I actually tried with 1 layer at the part which I edited out, and that didn't work. Now, let's see here. It's just this. It's too high, and this would definitely scratch you, and badly. So there needs to be enough material that goes in between here. So this is two layers of not really thick leather, but thick enough. It's always best to just take a little piece of whatever the material is you're using and make at least 1 practice eyelet just to see how it works. And if it turns out it doesn't work, then you need to figure out something else. Like if I wanted just 1 layer of the leather, I could cut a little piece of the leather and put it here on the reverse side and make the hole there, and then insert the eyelet, and it would be sort of like the piece would be slightly bigger than the eyelet, but where the hole and eyelets are, there would be 2 layers, and that, well, it should work. But these are really things you should test and practice before you start doing anything with the item you're making, because there's always the chance that you're gonna mess it up if you just go straight to the item and then you realize that it just doesn't work. Yeah, and I don't really know why I bought these, except that we tried this, not these, this kind, slightly different kind of pliers at school, and they worked nicely, so I wanted to have my own. And I have some things I probably want to try. I'm wondering what this is. This looks like some sort of an adjustment, but I have no idea. This part goes into the hole there. So what does this do? Okay, it allows me to move this, but why? I have no idea. I'll need to check what that is. Yeah. These are different kinds, not the same kind we use at school, so I really have no idea what that does. Maybe I'll need to just check if I can find some info in the net about these exact pliers. Yeah, that would be a good idea. But anyway, they work. I'm not sure how I feel about these. These are, let's see, 2004 or 5. These are over 15 years old. Not extensively used, but quite a bit. So I'm getting a bit dull, and I have no idea if there's anything you can do about this. Like knives and scissors you can sharpen, but I really don't know if there's any way to sharpen these edges. It would be nice, so this would work better, because they work for the leather but not for the jeans fabric. So I'll need to figure out something else for use with fabrics. Okay, I figured out this. Well, I read the text in the packaging. It said integrated hole puncher. So it was that easy. You put this here and then you punch and you have a hole. And this allows you to just adjust the distance of the hole from the edge. It's that easy once you understand what's happening. And at least it makes neat holes. And let's see, I'll take this. Let's see, this is the jeans fabric. Put two layers there. And there are holes. So that was good. Now I don't need to use these pliers. I can make the holes with this, except that probably not for all materials, because these holes are the same size as those eyelets, and in some cases, like I said, it would be better to have slightly smaller hole than what the eyelet is, but let's see. We can try one more to see how it works when the hole is exactly the same size. Does it make a difference? And now just this way, and then pressing it there, and well, not really a difference. It's once again, there's that part that could scratch you, but it's neat enough. Yeah. So if the fabric isn't too stretchy, I think this would be safe enough, but with stretchy fabrics it would be better to make smaller holes, just to, so there would be more fabric there underneath this part that goes to the sides, so the eyelet will stay in place better. But I think this is going to require some testing and practicing to get everything sort of in optimal way, and different materials will probably present different problems, but at least I can make it now. I get it there and it's neat enough. I don't like that part where it splits, but there's nothing you can do about that. Not with this sort of eyelets. You'd need to have the other type if you want to have this inside part being all clean and having no splits. At least it only splits at one place. So that's you could probably put a bit of PVA glue here on top of that split, so it would be smoother and not scratch you if you need to have this against your skin. That's one solution, I guess. That's what I've been doing with the tiny eyelets in doll shoes, at least.